excess amounts of cortisol has been shown to actually help you gain weight because it releases insulin as well, but it's also been scientifically shown that you gain it in your gut. That's why some gentlemen, as they grow older, they're like, dude, I just gained it in one spot. It's because the excess amount of cortisol, they gain it in their gut region, which is also known to be the leading fat source or place that causes heart disease. So it's just a nasty cycle all the way down.
So I can get that resolved via diet if I had direction on what to do with that.
Yes, sir.
I will be chasing you down later on.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to.
Thank you, Joe.
Hey man, what's going on? I appreciate your time. Appreciate your time.
Man.
So I got a question for you, man. I'm pushing. I'm about to hit the 3-0 mark, right? So I run a lot, man, and I'm trying to get myself back a lot more heavier in the gym, like trying to really do 4 to 5 days a week, man. But I find myself where I hit like a wall as far as fatigue. So I'm wondering what you would recommend. Like I do the omega-3s. I do wild Alaskan fish oil, salmon fish oil. And, you know, just like the Source of Life vitamin, which has a lot of B12 and such in it, and the calcium at night before I hit the bed. But I'm trying to figure out what I could take, if there's anything that you may recommend as far as increasing endurance, and so I can really, like, get in there and hit it hard. Probably not steroids. I'm sure you're going to say don't do that. But something along those lines, like, in all seriousness, not steroids. I know you're not steroids, dude, but you see what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely. You know what? God honest truth. You know, and I hope that I've worked with not just pro, you know, MMA fighters. I've worked with professional athletes all over, you know, the scope. So I know the dark side, and God honest truth, I've gotten so many of them, like, dude, I feel better not taking them, you know, because our bodies always wants a state of balance. It always wants a state of balance. You know, you're taking calcium, which contracts muscles. Magnesium releases muscles. Insulin tells your body to store energy. Glucagon tells your body to release energy. When one of them comes up, our body's got such amazing ability to adapt. You know what I'm saying? The stool doesn't fall over. Your body just starts. And you notice, you know, when people start getting creaks, they start walking funny. Like myself, when I'm feeling good, people are like, "You all right?" You know, I'm like, "Dude, this is my normal walk. I waddle." You know what I mean? So my body's adapting for imbalances. Eating right, number one, but supplementation, and there's a couple athletes, I got to give you warnings on this. Sodium bicarbonate would be the number one supplement that I'd give you for muscular endurance. It would blow you would notice it the very first day, okay? It's a bicarbonate. It's going to help eat through ammonia. Your body's going to get an extra amount. It increases your pH balance. When I start burning, like working out real hard and I get that burn, that's basically what it's going to get rid of that. That bicarbonate is going to get rid of it. My body naturally makes it, but I'm taking an excess amount of it. You're going to want to take 0.3 grams for every kilogram of body weight. How much do you weigh?
Like 165.
165. So you take about 3.5 teaspoons.
Okay.
Okay. Now, with that being said, you're going to have a bowel movement from hell. First time you take it, what's going to happen is you're going to have a bowel movement, right? The first couple times, and I personally think this is your body getting rid of a lot of excess stuff that you don't need. And then in 2 hours, you're going to start working out, and you're going to be like, man, this is where I usually get that burn, and you're not going to have it. You're going to be able to go a lot longer and a lot harder. And that's basically just controlling your pH balance and acidic levels, but it'll help your muscle endurance.
Sodium bicarbonate, right?
Yes, sir. Baking soda. 79 cents a box, boss.
Perfect. Yeah.
79 cents a box.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, man.
No problem, brother.
Hi, I'm older than most guys, and I'm still working out hard. So the timing for me, if I'm trying to eat the right thing at the right time, getting the right caffeine in, getting revved up for a long, hard workout, it gets harder and harder.
Yes, sir.
And it's what I do. I mean, but what's the secret to? Because I'm a lot older than he was. So what's the secret to staying revved up long enough to do a long, hard workout at my age?
Let me say one thing. These are the last questions we take. Everybody that's up right now. So everybody that's up right now, you can stay up. Go ahead.
Sure. You're saying, is it the duration of the workout, or you're talking pre-workout?
Well, I'll do whatever pre-workout so that I can hang in there for the workout.
Okay. There's a couple things. Number one, during the workout, you do want to take carbohydrates during your workout. There's a couple of theories out there for performance.
I do 5 ounces every 15 minutes.
What's that?
Right now I'm doing carbohydrates every like 5 ounces every 15 minutes, something
What
like
type
that.
of what type of carb?
Actually simple. I mean,
You want simple,
right.
like a dextrose.
Yeah.
So basically, right before you work out, 2 hours prior before you work out, 2 hours or 90 minutes before you work out, you want to take in a type of protein. Release that glucagon, tell your body to release energy, right?
Right.
I also mix that with a little bit of caffeine. Right before, like 15 minutes before you work out, you want to take in something with high viscosity. I tell everybody to take in honey. It's the theory of perception. If I told you to go out, theory of perception, you got theory of temperature, you got theory of perception, and then you got like your VO2 max and things like that, right? Theory of temperature, if I told you, hey, right now I want you to go outside, I want you to run 5 800s, right? Well, the first 800, I can tell you right now what they would be. Your first 800 would be slow. Your second one would be a little bit slower. Your third one would be about the same speed as your second. Your fourth one would be a little bit faster, and your fifth one would be your fastest time. Reason being the theory of temperature and the theory of perception. If you ran that first one, right now, your heart rate would go from 60 to like 140. So you tell your brain like, dude, we're gonna die. We're gonna have a heart attack or we're gonna overheat, right? So obviously on your second run, you're gonna slow down. That's your brain telling your muscles, we need to kick back and we need to actually slow down. No matter how mentally strong you are, your body's gonna have that kickback or feedback. The second run, your heart rate might go from 120 to 125. And your body's like, we can deal with this. So you're going to run about the same speed on your third one. Fourth one, your body's like, hey, we're good to go. We're not overheating. Heart's under control. Speed up. And then the fifth one, your body's in like no worry of overheating or having a heart attack. We can go all out. Your fifth one would be your fastest time. The way that theory of perception equates with that is when you take in something with viscosity, some sugar, it's not in your system that quickly. Okay, it's not going to get in your system that quickly, but because your mouth tastes the viscosity of the glucose, it tells your brain that, hey, we got excess amounts of glycogen storage. So your body's going to be able to go out harder a little bit longer than before, right? And it also, like I told you about cortisol. Cortisol is also known as a stress hormone, right? If you do hard workouts, especially as an older individual, it leads to chronic inflammation, hard workouts. If you do aerobic, and anaerobic. So I do aerobic most of the time. It actually decreases inflammation. Over and over again, hard workouts are going to increase, make it chronic inflammation. But like I said, we want to kind of increase the ability for my body to be sensitive to cortisol. The one thing that's going to blunt cortisol would be insulin. And how do I spike insulin? I take in some type of sugar. So take in a little bit of sugar before you work out. We're talking like 30 minutes. So I take a protein, 30 minutes. And like you said, it's a whole workout to get to the workout in the first place. And that caffeine you want to stick to about 2 milligrams to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, which is a lot more than most people think is good, but it's been scientifically studied that that's great for your athleticism. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank you for coming up and sharing your knowledge with us. I have a question for you. Based on something you keep saying, insulin. I have a situation whereas the natural insulin that my body's making is no longer active.
Yes, sir.
So what my doctors are doing are giving me extra insulin,
Right.
which I don't need because the insulin that I have right now is not working. So
Right.
my question to you is, what can I do to reactivate the insulin that my body's naturally making? Because right now it's not.
You're talking about, are you diabetic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes.
Let me say one thing. We're going to insert a disclaimer here, okay? Medical disclaimer, insertion.
Gotcha.
All right, go.
Thanks for that. Kid you not, the diet that I prescribe, like I said, I give your body what it needs when it needs it. Now you know as well as I do that fructose isn't going to spike your insulin.
Correct.
Because it goes to your liver, right? Well, if you're eating only to fuel your brain, because your brain, everybody is like, well, hell, why don't I just go carb free, because it's storing energy. If I don't eat it, then your brain works off carbs. If anybody's ever been on a low carb diet, they realize, like, you'll forget where you parked your car, like right in front of the, that's what your brain works off of, right?
Okay.
So we give your body what it needs. Your aerobic, we give it fructose, doesn't spike insulin. We give it the meats, same things, the right amounts of fats, right? Now, when you work out, your body actually pulls, when you're actually working out, for diabetic, non-diabetic, it actually pulls glucose out of the